Picking up the story, I remember everything clearly. This all began back in the winter of 1970, the day my own family decided to break ties with me. In the freezing cold, more than 10 degrees below zero, the people who were supposed to be closest to me tried to throw me and my pregnant wife out of the house. My second brother even rushed at me to hit me, but I threw him to the ground without hesitation. And just like that, after that so-called family meeting, I, now known as Jack Carter, and my wife, Lily, were driven out. Outside was the brutal winter of the northern mountains. With nowhere else to go, we could only head toward an abandoned wooden cabin deep in the forest. In my past life, a heavy snowstorm collapsed that cabin, and Lily, along with our unborn child, froze to death inside, while I was trapped hunting in the mountains, unable to return in time. That memory burned inside me. Back then, the cruelest person in my family was my younger brother, Kevin. He wanted to take over my house, constantly speaking badly about me to our mother, turning her against me until she drove me out like I was nothing. Standing there again, reliving that moment, I felt anger rising. I told them straight, since they wanted to split the family, we might as well completely cut ties. Sign the papers, submit them to the local commune, and from that day forward, we would have nothing to do with each other. My father couldn't accept the humiliation, but my mother made the final decision. To her, I was already as good as gone. She forced us out that very night, in deadly cold, not allowing me to take anything with me. But this time, things were different. I walked into the side room, looked at Lily, and my heart tightened. Over the past year, I had barely been home, always working for points, ignoring her suffering while my family bullied her. I had even told her to endure it. I had failed her completely. So this time, I changed everything. I told her we were leaving for good, but before that, I took back everything that belonged to me: money, supplies, cotton quilts, anything useful. I packed 3 large bundles, put Lily on a sled, and pulled her out into the night. Behind me, my family shouted in anger, accusing me of stealing everything. I didn't even look back. We made our way to the cabin in the forest. I helped her sit down, quickly started a fire, cleaned the heated bed, and prepared everything for her to rest. I told her she didn't need to do any hard work anymore. I would handle it all. This time, I would make up for everything I owed her. That night, I worked until midnight just to make that broken cabin feel like a home. When it finally warmed up, I made her lie down and rest. She couldn't sleep, but I could see the quiet happiness in her eyes. The next morning, I went out hunting. Not long entering the forest, I spotted tracks in the snow. Snow rabbits. Following them carefully, I found a small hole in the ground. I reached in and pulled out a fat white rabbit. I smiled, thinking I could use its fur to make gloves for Lily. Then I noticed movement in the distance, a group of wild black pheasants. For small game like this, a slingshot worked best, quiet, efficient. Meanwhile, back in the village, people had already noticed I didn't show up for work. My family told everyone I was dead, that I was no longer one of them. They even accused me of stealing from them and went to report me to the village leader. Soon enough, a group of people began heading toward the mountains, toward my cabin, and I knew this peaceful moment wouldn't last long.